The Dallas Stars play the Toronto Maple Leafs in what is an important game towards the Central Division Race that is as hot as ever. We have a three-headed historic offensive dragon that is breathing fire, and we're going to talk about all of that. But before we do, go ahead and follow me on TikTok, subscribe here, and let's go. I'm not sure you understand what you're witnessing here. I'm really not convinced that you understand the historic nature that is the Dallas Stars offense this year. Wyatt is on pace for 93 points, equal to Modano's best year in Dallas. And he's third in Dallas scoring right now. He leads the league in power play goals. He's on pace to set the Dallas record in that category this season. Mikko is on pace to beat Broughton's franchise assist record dating back to the Minnesota North Stars days when they were wearing these jerseys of 76. He's on pace to beat Robo's 109-point record season in Dallas. He's on the doorstep of being the record holder dating back to Minnesota in terms of points as well. Jason Robertson is tied for third right now in NHL goals. He's coming off a dazzling 2-goal, 1-assist night. Both Mikko and Robo are top 8 in NHL scoring as we speak. All three players are on point per game pace. The closest thing that we've ever had to this is when Modano and Hull were both point per game players in 2000, 2001. So, yeah, be very aware of what you're witnessing and be thankful. As a matter of fact, Thanksgiving of next year, instead of being grateful for Granny, depending on how old Granny is, I want you to say, I was grateful for the Dallas Stars offense in the 2025-2026 season. So, the Dallas Stars are playing Toronto, who we have historically had, or at least in recent history, had some struggles with. We need to win the game. Minnesota Wild is hot on our tail with 7 wins. Minnesota plays Colorado today. We are 3 of the top 4 best teams in the NHL right now between us, Minnesota, and Colorado. So what we don't want is for there to be a 3-point game between Colorado and Minnesota. I really don't care who wins of those two, but we do not want it to go to overtime and for those both to pick up points. So, Toronto is Marnerless this season. Marner got shipped off to Vegas. They are 4 games under 500. Toronto has lost 4 of their last 5 games. And the one win that they did have against Chicago, who's not doing so hot, they only won that by 1 goal. That said, for whatever reason, Toronto has given us a lot of trouble in recent years, so this is a game that you cannot overlook. The Toronto Maple Leafs have the number 11 offense right now, and believe it or not, it's underperforming. Auston Matthews is 4th in Toronto points. He's missed a couple games, but not too many. I think he's missed 4 or 5 games. So he's got 23 points in 29 games, has 14 goals. And so, yeah, when you say he's on pace for 37 goals, how can you say he's having a not-so-good season? Well, he had in the past 69 goals and 60 goals, and he's only 28 years old. So by his standard, that's not a good year. And he only had 33 goals last season. So I don't know what's up with Auston Matthews, but got to be concerning if you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Who this is their face of the franchise, and he's awesome. He should be doing better than that. If he can improve his game, I'm sure that Toronto will be a much more dangerous team. Let's hope he doesn't improve his game tonight against Dallas here. Uh, we don't want to see that. Let's keep him in his relative slump. So William Nylander leads the offense with 11 goals, 25 assists, 36 points in 30 games played. John Tavares has 14 goals, 17 assists, 31 points in 34 games played. They're going up against the number 5 ranked Dallas defense, headed up by Miro Heiskanen, who's got 7 goals, 25 assists this year so far. So he's doing absolutely fantastic, playing great at both ends of the ice. We've had great seasons from both Lindell and Petrovic. Petrovic has been a godsend. Finally, they've given him a chance, and he's taken the reins of that opportunity. We've had seamless depth fill-ins by both Capo Bianco and rest in peace Kolyachonok, who we lost to the Boston Bruins in sort of a waivers miss. And Thomas Harley is coming off a 1 goal, 1 assist night. And so great stuff from this Dallas defense that really I did not expect coming into this season. Toronto has the number 23 defense in the league. They've had some injuries on, believe it or not, their right D. Sounds like a familiar story, right? They're out their number 1 off right-hand defenseman in Tanev, their number 2 right-hand defenseman in Brandon Carlo. That does not help matters for them at all. They're going up against the number 2 net power play unit in Dallas that is clicking at 28%. Toronto has the number 32 net power play. Number 32, how does this team with Auston Matthews, William Nylander, John Tavares, right, Morgan Riley, how do they have only a 9.3% net power play? Something is amiss there. You got to be looking at maybe coaching or whatever, but that just blows my mind. So they're going up against a red-hot Dallas Stars net penalty kill that is ranked 10th at 85%. And so that we definitely have the advantage in the specialty teams, as we do against most teams. So that's something to be looking forward to tonight. They're going to definitely want to make sure that they limit the number of power plays that we have. And our penalty kill, let's talk about that. Let's talk about our penalty kill. The guys that are really leading the charge here are Lindell, Foxa, Steele, Blackwell, and Ritzkovian, who's been great. What a great surprise and addition the youngster has, who's really kind of turning into a pest as well as a two-way guy. He's getting under a lot of people's skin out there, and I love to see that. So the Toronto Maple Leafs have a net penalty kill that is ranked 12th. They're without Tanev. They've got Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who's a great defenseman. Morgan Riley. We're going to see the return of Max Domi here again tonight, so it'll be interesting to see that guy, former Dallas Star, to come back and play against his old team. The Toronto Maple Leafs, injury-wise, are outside of the defenseman that we talked about. They're also out Stolars, who has been out since November 11th with an upper body injury. They're out Dakota Joshua and Mermis as well. So the Dallas Stars injuries, we're looking at really a light injury roll call, which is nice to see. We're out Leon Bischel and Tyler Seguin. We're going to be out with both of those guys for some time, maybe Tyler for the rest of the year. So the Dallas Stars have the number 5 save percentage in the league at .912. We're probably going to see Otter in net tonight, would be my guess, going up against the number 11 ranked Toronto goaltending, which is posted in .901 despite Stolarz being out. They've used a staggering 5 goalies this year, and 2 of them have done really well, actually posting much better numbers than Stolarz's .884. So either Wall or Hildeby will be in tonight, and they've got a .925 for Wall and a .918 for Hildeby. So our offense is going to have our work cut out for us with these guys. Either one of them looks like they can stop it up in net. So it should be an interesting one. Hopefully we'll get the win and we'll either keep the Minnesota Wild at bay and or catch up to the Colorado Avalanche with the big win. And I look forward to coming to you guys with the news on whatever transpires.